Good morning and welcome in. It is Friday, May 16th. It is rainy and chilly morning out there. This is the Daily Brief. I'm Kyler Collum, and we are the Dakotan. Thank you so much for checking us out this morning. We'll go ahead and jump into this day in history. Way back, 1842. The very first major, so not just a couple wagons, the very first major wagon train sets out west from Missouri on the Oregon Trail to Oregon. Over 100 pioneers on this wagon train, and it was the first of many that would set out after it over the preceding decade or so. Fast forward 1866, United States Senate fails to convict President Andrew Johnson by one vote in his impeachment trial. It passed the House, and it narrowly failed in the Senate, so he was the first president to get impeachment charges brought against him, first to pass the House, and it wouldn't happen again until Bill Clinton. Frankly, Nixon would have, but he resigned first. Fast forward again, let's go ahead and go to 1943. The Warsaw Ghetto Uprising ends, unfortunately, in Poland during World War II. A bunch of people in Warsaw rose up, and it was shot down in a few days. Fast forward again, go to back in 1974, Josip Broz Tito is elected president of life in Yugoslavia. He was a partisan leader in World War II that helped lead Yugoslavia through the war against Germany, and became the leader, therefore, until his death in 1980, I believe. And let's go ahead and get into the news. Wish me luck with this. We have, first off, 16th Street construction starting off in Minot. Going to be southwest area is going to be a little blocked off. Drivers in southwest Minot should brace for detours starting Tuesday, May 27th, as the 16th Street Southwest reconstruction project gets underway. Project will close parts of 16th Street and Burdick Expressway intersection for pavement removal and storm sewer upgrades. Temporary access will be provided for nearby neighborhoods, but delays are expected. Sounds like it'll be at least a few weeks in there as well. Go ahead, and another interesting local one that happened here in Minot, the NAWS project is going forward. So it's set to receive $12.5 million in state funding for 2025 through 2027. Hitting those major construction milestones, including a permanent Lake Sakakawea intake and upgrades to Minot's water treatment capacity, with an additional $94 million in federal and local funding. The project will expand Minot's plant to treat 27 million gallons daily and extend pipeline and pump infrastructure across northwestern North Dakota. As lake water delivery to Minot begins this year, a second full-time operator will be hired to support the system's 24/7 needs. Another one in the state here, an interesting one that took place out west at Fort Union Trading Post. There was a standoff there, ended peacefully. Luckily, the guy that was involved was armed and was threatening to burn the historic site, and was taken into custody. According to an affidavit, he broke into the site with a fire poker, stole from a donation box, and told officers he had a month's worth of supplies and would not surrender. Authorities used a drone to monitor the situation and eventually de-escalated it. Stewart faces felony burglary charges in North Dakota and has a pending case in Washington State. Bond set at $50,000. Court hearings scheduled for June and September. That was a weird one that took place. Heard about that earlier and had to write on that. I think KX had that one. Greenpeace is urging a North Dakota judge to slash or toss out the $667 million it was ordered to pay for its role in protests against the Dakota Access Pipeline. Calling the verdict excessive and flawed, the group says the damage far exceeds legal limits, were based on incomplete jury instructions and include costs tied to other organizations. Energy Transfer, the pipeline developer, argues the jury's decision is legally sound. Judge is expected to revisit the case at a May 27th hearing, with Greenpeace already planning an appeal to North Dakota Supreme Court. Interesting one, more follow-up with the DAPL stuff, just never ends with that one. Also, Congresswoman Julie Fedorchak was in Capitol earlier, and she is now backing new Medicaid reforms. that would impose biannual eligibility checks and work requirements for many recipients, calling it a move to protect the program's future. But disability advocates and state lawmakers warn the changes could create administrative chaos and force vulnerable people off coverage. Critics say the plan risks punishing low-income workers and increasing burdens on already stretched state systems. Fedorchak insists the reforms are humane, but the fate of the proposal remains closely watched as Congress debates its broader budget package. Of course, a bunch of national news, Trump over in the Middle East, Supreme Court doing their thing, might try to work with how all the lesser courts are expanding all their injunctions. Lots of stuff going on, but make sure you follow us along here at the Dakotan. Coming up next Tuesday, we have a couple of great guests going to be on the show. We have Sean Sitma at 9. Then at 10, we're going to have State District 40 Senator Jose Castaneda. Look forward to that on Tuesday, As always, in June on the 17th, we do have the debate, so make sure to follow along for more updates for the mayoral race. As always, thank you so much for watching. This is the Dakotan. Have a great weekend.